Greetings, novitiate, to know first a reassurance. Mankar Kamaran was once like you, asleep, unwise, protonymic. We mortals leave the dreaming sleeve of birth the same, unmantled save for the symbiosis with our mothers, thus to practice and thus to rapprochement. Until finally we might through new eyes leave our hearts without need or fear that she remains behind. In this moment we destroy her forever and enter the domains of Lord Dagon. Reader, this book is your door to that domain, and though you be a destroyer, you must still submit to locks. Lord Dagon would only have those clever enough to pause, all else the orb is claims in their fool running walk. First heed, the impatience you feel is your first slave to behead. Enter as Lord Dagon is written. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Know that then you are royalty, a new breed of destroyer, whose garden shall flood with flowers known and unknown as it was in the mythic dawn. Thus shall you return to your first primal wail and yet come out different. It shall this time be neonymiosis, master akin to master whose mother is miasma. Every quarter has known us, and none borrow a passing, except with trembling. Perhaps you came to us through war, or study your shadow, or the alignment of certain snakes. Though each path matters in its kind, the prize is always thus welcome. Novitiate that you are here, it all means that you have the worthiness of kings. Seek thy pocket now, and look, there is the first key, glinting with the light of a new dawn. Night follows day, and so know that this primary insight shall fall alike unto the turbulent evening sea, where all faiths are tested again. A reassurance, even the usurper went under the iliac before he rose up to claim his fleet. Fear only for a second, shaken belief is like water for a purpose. In the garden of the dawn we shall breathe whole realities. Enter as Lord, bringing is written. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Our order is based on the principles of his mighty razor. Novitiate, twisting knight, chaplain, and master. Let the evil ones burn in its light as if by the excess of our vision. Then shout our knowledge, go on right. However, recall that your sight is yet narrow. And while you have the invitation, you have not the address. My own summons came through a book Lord Dagon wrote himself in the deserts of rust and wounds. Its name is the Mysterium Zarxis. Aldmirata to aggregate forefather to the wife of all enigma. Each word is razor-fed and secret, thinner than cataclysms, tarnished like red drink. That I mention it at all is testament to your new rank, my child. Your name is now cut into its weight. Palace, hut, or cave, you have left all the fog walls of conception behind. Numantia liberty, rejoice in the promise of paradise. Endlessly, it shall form and reform around you. Deeds as entities, all systems only an hour before they bloom to zero sums. Flowering like vestments, divine raiment, worn to dance at Lord Dagon's golden feet. In his first arm, a storm is second, the rush of plagued rain. The third, all the tinder of Anu, and the fourth, the very eyes of Pathom. Feel uplifted in thine heart that you have this first key, for it shall strike high and low into the wormroot of false heavens. Roaring I wandered until I grew hoarse with the gospel I had read, the mysteries of Lord Dagon, and feeling anew went mad with the overflow. My words found no purchase until I became hidden. These were not words for the common of Tamriel, whose clergy long ago feigned the very existence of the dawn. Learn from my mistake. Know that humility was Mankar Kamaran's original wisdom. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Offering myself to that daybreak, allowed the girdle of grace to contain me. When my voice returned, it spoke with another tongue. After 3 nights I could speak fire. Red drink, razor-fed, I had glimpsed the path unto the garden, and knew that to inform others of its harbor, I had to first drown myself in search's sea. Know ye that I have found my fleet, and that you are the flagship of my hope. Greetings, novitiate. Mankar Kamaran was once you asleep, unwise, protonymic, but am no more now. I sit and wait to feast with thee on all the worlds of this cosmos. Numantia! Liberty!
Whosoever findeth this document, I call him brother. Answers are liberations, where the slaves of Malbiage that came to know Numantia cast down their jailer king, Moschuk, which the Zarxis Mysterium calls the arcane Moschuk, whose carcass was dragged through the streets by his own bone walkers, and whose flesh was opened on rocks thereon, and those angels who loved him no longer did drink from his honeyed itches, screaming, "Let all know free will, and do as they will." Your coming was foretold, my brother, by the Lord Dagon in his book of razors. You are to come as idols drop away from you one by one. You are exalted in eyes that have not yet set on you. You swain to well-traveled to shatter of mantles. You, brother, are to sit with me in paradise and be released of all unknowns. Indeed, I shall show you his book and its foul and many-feathered rubrics, so that you can put into symbols what you already know. The sphere of destruction is but the milk of the unenslaved. I fault not your stumbling, for they are expected and given grace by the oils. I crave not your downfalls, though without them you might surpass me even in the coming earth. Of all infinities, Lord Dagon wishes you no ills, but the momentous, and as he wants, you must want, and so learn from the pages of God this, the ritual of want. Whisper to earth and earth, where the meddlers take no stones except to blood, as blood is blood, and to the cracking of bone, as bone is bone, and so to crack and answer and fall before the one and one. I call you dragon, as brother and king. Druid, 7 and 7, draught of oil, 1 and 1, circles drawn by wet dibolites, 3 concentric, and let their lower blood fall where it may. A birth watched by blackbirds, hearth fire first, incant the following when your hearing becomes blurred. Enraptured, he who finally goes unrecorded, recorded the slaves that without knowing turn the wheel. Enslaved, all the children of the Arbis, as it is. Touches all the mantles of heaven, brother noviates, and by its apex one can be as he will. Be as he was, and yet changed for all else on that path for those that walk after. This is the third key of Numantia, and the secret of how mortals become makers, and makers back to mortals. The bones of the wheel need their flesh, and that is mankind's heirloom. Beware, for the traitors run through the Nimic paths, runner dogs of prolix gods. The dragon's blood have hidden ascension in 6,000 years of ethereal labyrinth, which is arena which they yet deny is oath bound by the book. Take this key and pierce the divine shell that encloses the mantle takers, the skin of gold. Scario breaks. Woe to the oath breakers of the skin of gold. The Zox's Mystrium says, be fooled not by the forlorn that ride astray the roadway, for they lost faith, and this losing was caused by the Aedra who would know no other planets, whereby the words of the Lord Dagon instructs us to destroy these faithless. Eat or bleed dry the gone forlorn, and gain that small will that led them to walk the path of Godhead at the first spit out, or burn to the side that which made them delay. Know them as them Nemoli. Every new limb is paid for by the underknown sea brother, and give not more to the Hydra. Reader, you will sense a shadow choir soon. The room you are in right now will grow wise, and voices the candle or spell light you read this by will become gateways for the traitors I have mentioned. Scorn them and fear not, call them names, call out their base natures. I the maker of stars am with you, and I come to take you to my paradise, where the tower traitors shall hang on glass racks until they smile with the new revolution. That
is your ward against the Nemeli. They run blue, through noise, and shine only when the earth trembles with the eruption of the newly mantled. Tell them, go! God is come! Rumai! Mora! Nomdale Emanum! Once you walk in the Mythic, it surrenders its power to you. Myth is nothing more than first, once unutterable truth. Ponder this while searching for the fourth key. Understood laws of the architecture will fall away like heat. First tower dictate, render the mutant bound where he may do no more harm. As god of the mundus, alike shall be his progeny. Split from the divine sparks, we are 8x8 exarchs. Let the home of Padme see us a soul exit. Shim. Those who know it can reshape the land. Witness the home of the Red King, once jungled. He that enters paradise enters his own mother. Ayao Mazruma, the orb is sendeth in all ways, endeth we seek through our dawn. All endeth falter now and become one with the wayside orphans that feed me. Follow and I shall adore you from inside. My first daughter ran from the dagger night, wrote her name was Rumor, and I ate her with no bread and made another, which learned and I loved that one, and blackbirds formed a twin behind all time. Starlight is your mantle, brother. Wear it to see by and add its light to paradise.
May the holder of the fourth key know the heart thereby. The Montex terrain was once ruled over solely by the tyrant Drukings, each to their own dominion, and border wars fought between their slave oceans. They were akin to the time totems of old, yet evil and full of mockery and profane powers. No one that lived did so outside of the sufferance of the Drefts.
My soul to the magnet cheer, saith the joyous in paradise. For they created Mershoons the Razor in secret, in the very bowels of Lig, the domain of the upstart who vanishes. Though they came from diverse waters, each gets shared sole purpose to artifice a prince of good, spinning his likeness in random swath, and imbuing him with oblivion's most precious and scarce asset, hope. Deathlessly I am torn from paradise. Merun's the thief taker, Merun's of God's body, Merun's the red arms that went up Numantia. Liberty! Deny not that these days shall come again, my Navachians. For as Merun's threw down Lig and cracked his face, declaring each of the 19 and 9 oceans free, so shall he crack the serpent crown of the Cyrodiils and make federation. All will change in these days as it was changed in those. For with by the magic word Numantia, a great rebellion rose up and pulled down the towers of Chim El GG. And the Templars of the upstart were slaughtered, and blood fell like dew from the upper wards down to the lowest pits, where the slaves with maniacal faces took chains and teeth to their jailers, and all hope was brush fire. Your dawn listens, my lord. Let all the Orbis know itself to be free. Merun's is come. There is no dominion save free will. Suns were riven as your red legions moved from Lig to the hinterlands of Chill. A legion for each get, and Kuri was thrown down, and Jeff was thrown down, and Hormagail was crushed with cold salt and forevermore called Hor. And so shall it be again under the time of gates. Under the mire's Malbiage was thrown down, that old city of chains slaked in new bone warmth, and set free Gog and Morgog were thrown down together in a single night of day. And shall it be again under the time of gates? Nothing but woe for Ren, which has become the pit, and 7 curses on its drawer. The verme know, but for it the crusades would be as my lord's creation. Get by the J and do as thou wilt, of no fetters but your own conscience. Know that your hell is broken, people of the Orbis, and praise the Numantia, which is liberty.